Hello comrades, welcome back to the channel. If you're here in this video, then you probably mastered the tips I've already done in the how not to be a noob video on Apex Legends, and now you're looking for more ways to improve your skills. Don't be afraid, I have you covered. And today I'm bringing you 10 tips on how to be a pro. Now before we start this video guys, I wanted to say that I'm doing a giveaway, a $60 giveaway for Steam players. So if you got Steam and you really want a $60 for that game you've been wanting for years or months and you could not get it because it was too much money for you, or you just don't want to waste your money on it, go down below this video, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and type the word giveaway in the comments section and you'll be added to the giveaway. The giveaway is gonna take place as soon as I reach 100 subscribers. So now let's go ahead and start. Tip number 1. Do not use your grenades for short ranges, use them for high ranges, for far ranges, whatever you want it to call. Because when you try to use it on close range targets, most of the time they have time to escape your grenades, because you can't really cook grenades, at least not from what I saw. Basically, as soon as you hold that mouse key, it's just gonna hold a grenade, and when you release that and the character throws the grenade, that's when the timer starts. But if you throw the grenades on far distances, the enemy is not gonna have any time to escape it. So if, for example, there's someone right near you, do not try to use the grenade on him. Chances are you also might end up hitting yourself, which will not be good, of course. So instead of that, if you are on a tower, on a building, somewhere high, somewhere pretty far away from a target, you can use your grenades on the target. They will not have any time to escape. As soon as the grenade hits the ground, it's going boom. As soon as it goes boom, they're caught in the area, they're done. Or at least injured. But you did not waste a grenade. Tip number 2 is going to be something most of the people do not do. And that's what separates you from someone who goes very slow and someone who goes very fast and run. So if you've been playing this game for a while, you probably noticed that a lot of people just move really quickly. I mean, they're actually 1 second they're somewhere far away in the distance, the other like in half a minute or something like that, they just reached you and they're already in the distance to shotgun you down. And you're left with the thoughts of, what the heck just happened? He was so far away, I could barely get him with my sniper rifle. Well, they just used one of the mechanics of the game. If you don't have a weapon equipped, you ran faster. If you press the default key on PC, which is number 3 on the keyboard, you will run a lot faster than regular. And that's what actually helps me, at least a lot of times, to run faster when the area starts to close. So I wait almost for the area to close and I then just sprint all the way to the inside ring of the area. This helps a lot of people and you should try it. Tip number 3 is a little tip I'm pretty much sure everybody realized by this time, but if not, when you're knocked down, you can actually open and close doors, which is very helpful when someone's trying to kill you. You could also annoy your enemies and help your teammates if they're in the middle of combat and they don't notice you on the floor, or they just don't have the time to shoot you. You can basically help your teammates by blocking your opponents and closing the doors right in front of them. That will help your teammate to either escape, reload, or get ready for when that door opens. I know it's gonna be a second or two, but sometimes it actually may help, and sometimes that actually may be right on time to block a bullet that could have killed your teammate. So yeah, of course you can try that too. Tip number 4. Your sight has a rangefinder that will help you to hit targets. So as you can see from the footage on the screen right now, when you have a target, for example 400 meters away, as in the example on the screen of course, you could use the rangefinder. It will tell you what distance your target is, and you have dots marked with numbers on your gun sight too. These are 100 meters targets. So 1 is for 100, 2 is for 200, 3 is 300, and 4 is 400. As you can see, I shot on the 4 marker and I hit the target because that's the 400 meters target. You don't really have a 1 because 1 is pretty much for everything that's in the center, everything that's gonna be very close to you. You have a 0 to 2, and the 100 is kind of between them, but most of the time you either use the center or 300-400s, actually, from at least from my experience. So yeah, that's how you can hit your targets every time, because a lot of people just shoot one bullet to kind of test where they're gonna hit, and then the second bullets land, or the third, because they might have missed the second if their enemy actually moves and doesn't want to get shot. So instead of just testing the grounds and testing the sight and air range, you could now use the rangefinder and the dots on your sight. Moving on to tip number 5. Slide as much as possible. Yeah, a lot of people have been sliding. Not a lot have been sliding for the right causes. So what you can use the sliding for is, for example, if there's an enemy right in front of you and you're running towards him or her, go ahead and slide. Give it a slide and shoot them. If there's an enemy around the corner, run and slide, then turn left, because you can turn your face while sliding and shoot them. They're gonna expect you to come on at the height of their eyes, the height of their gun, and then you're gonna be right below, which will most of the time give you the opportunity to land one extra shot on your enemy. One extra shot that could be the decisive one that will give you a win over that enemy instead of death. This tip actually brings me to tip number 6, which is you can turn around when you slide. I mean, not where you slide, I mean your gun. And this is very useful, for example, if you are somewhere high and you have a slope right in front of you, and you can slide all the way down. By the way, you do not stop sliding until you hit a flat surface or when the surface starts to go down, to go up. So if you're going down a slope, you can 1 slide to get faster, 2 you can slide to escape your enemy using that faster, and also what you can do is use that as an opportunity to shoot at your enemy. Yeah, you can shoot at them while they chase you. Not only this is gonna give them less of a area to shoot, because most of your body is gonna be hidden. Of course, it's gonna be hidden behind your head, but still, it's a smaller dot to hit instead of a whole body to hit, which is a lot better. Use that to escape your enemies if you're in a bad state or if you are overwhelmed. Some of them probably are far away from you and not gonna be right after you when you slide. This is a huge tool for escaping, and I saw a lot of people use that against me and with me, actually teammates, which saved them a lot. And I also use that technique just to see if it does work. It actually works sometimes. Not every time, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not a guaranteed save, but it is useful. Now let's go ahead to tip number 7. You can use balloons to glide again. So remember, when you drop at the beginning, you gliding, and you basically can choose wherever you want to land. You can land the whole map. So there are balloons spread around the whole map just for you to use, so you could glide everywhere you want. Yeah, basically what those are an opportunity for you to cover more ground, either for getting more kills, because you're gonna basically, if you see an enemy far away, you could get a drop on them. You could glide right towards them and land a kill. Or if you just want to get more loot, but the area is big, you want to cover it, go ahead, use that balloon, land wherever you want, and get that loot. Also, this also can be used if there's a balloon near you and the area is closing on you. You could use that to get far away from the area inside the circle, which is also something I've been using a lot, just because I don't really like to run straight inside. I wanna get more loot, as I said, or get some kills from poor people who are running towards the ring and not noticing there's someone over them flying. And you could, again, land a kill that way. Yeah, it actually works. Also, you could use free loot while you're flying, just to increase the distance you could fly. Which is, well, that's actually huge. That's a lot better than just sprinting all the time. Okay, now this is not gonna be tip number 8. This is a mini tip. Mini tip is gonna be, a lot of people reported thinking that, oh, this character is so slow, this character is so fast. So I'm gonna tell you this right now so you won't have any doubt. The creators of the game confirmed that all the characters running at the same time, some of them do have slower hand animation. You can't have immersion when your character is, for example, heavy and has a huge body, but move fast like, I don't know, like Flash. This is just not gonna work. You're gonna feel like your character has no weight to it. So they do all run at the same speeds, every one of them, but their animations could differ in speeds. Okay, tip number 8. I know gold items are rare, but if you see a loot drop, for example, try to reach it. A lot of the times, I got gold items from those drops. For example, I got armor, and I think I got even a shotgun or something like that. So, if you want to get gold items, look for these loot drops, because that's what worked for me at least the most. More than actually trying to look for it at buildings and stuff like that. As I said, gold items are rare, and loot drops just might get you lucky. Now, tip number 9 is gonna be a bit long, so if you're not really interested in the passive abilities of characters, you can skip to tip number 10 right now, or to the outro. And again, don't forget about a giveaway. You need to sign up, subscribe, like, and type the word giveaway in the comments. Now, tip number 9 is gonna be the passive abilities of every character. And I'm gonna give a small example on how you can use that. So, you've got Rave, right? You know to teleport, you know the other abilities, but some people don't really listen closely to the game. Because if you've been listening closely to the game, you could hear whispers when someone's aiming at you when you're playing as Rave. Yes, you could actually hear whispers. That's how you know if, for example, a sniper tries to get you or something like that. So that way you could, for example, dodge before they shoot you. You hear whispers, dodge, slide, don't stand, they're gonna get you. Next character is gonna be Bangalore. Bangalore actually moves faster when someone spots her or when someone shoots her. So this is very useful if you want to get a drop on your enemy. Not a drop, but if you want to get your enemy, you could move a lot faster than usual characters, than the other characters. Or if you want to run away and regroup with your friends after that, or if you want to get somewhere which will give you an advantage, this is a very useful thing. Pathfinder can use survey devices on top of roofs to get you the knowledge where is gonna be the next circle. So for example, you're starting the game and you don't know where the second circle is gonna be, or if you're on the second and you don't know where the third is gonna be, but you can use that info, you could use Pathfinder. That way you're gonna have a small advantage over other people, and you'll be able to go to that area and maybe set up or find yourself a good place for incoming enemies to shoot at. Now, Lifeline doesn't have that much of a huge skill that will hugely impact or improve your gameplay, but she does have a pretty useful skill, which is she can revive knockdown teammates faster. How much faster? 25% faster. That's why it's not a huge impact. Maybe if that was 75 or 50%, then yeah. But 25% doesn't feel a lot more faster. I actually did not realize that until I read about that. Maybe I did feel that it's a bit faster during the gameplay, but not a lot, not very huge improvement. Now, Caustic also has a weird skill that is not really that much helpful, which is basically he can see people inside his gas. Again, not very useful. It's probably not something that's gonna hugely impact your gameplay. Now, Bloodhound, on the other side, has a pretty useful ability to see for 60 seconds who've been here. Not actually who, but actually that there were people lately and where they were going. So that way you could track down your enemies until you go somewhere wrong, for example. While you're still on their scent, you're still gonna see where they gone, and you're gonna see that they picked up items on their way and stuff like that. That way you pretty much are hunting for your targets, and you pretty much gonna know that they probably picked up some good loot and where exactly they're going, and you could get a drop from them from behind. Now, the Gibraltar also has a useful skill, which is he has a deployable shield on his arm, and whenever you aim down sights, which is basically when you use your sights for those who don't know, he deploys a shield that he shoots through, but nobody can hit you through. Now, this shield can be broken. Do not mistake it for an impenetrable shield. Your enemies can shoot at that and it will break pretty fast, but it will give you an advantage over like 5 or 10 bullets, which will not hit you, and you'll have this time to shoot at your enemies. Now, Moraj, I'm not even sure that's how you pronounce his name, but when he's knocked down, he deploys a decoy which starts running while he himself gets cloaked. If you use it properly, you could use that and get yourself to the point where by the time they realize that the other decoy is not real, you'll deploy another one and they'll follow this too, and in the meanwhile your teammates could actually heal you, could actually help you up, and you'll surprise back your enemies. Basically, you could get easier revenge on your killers, or knockers actually, that way. Now, tip number 10. I wrote down some tip, but apparently it's not really useful. It's not something that a lot of people could use for actually getting pro, for actually getting better. So I'm gonna scratch that, and instead I'm gonna say practice. Tip number 10 is don't forget to practice. Rome wasn't built in one day, and your skill will not improve in one day. A lot of people complaining that after playing this game for one day, they're not getting more than 2 kills per round or 3 kills. Some of them even don't get kills at all sometimes. It's because, first of all, you forget the stuff. A lot of people go around, they gonna like, oh yeah, I remember this tip, I remember use balloons, use sliding, blah 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 blah. As soon as they meet an enemy, they shot the first enemy down with the use of tips, and then, oh no, it's gone. Yeah, a lot of people say that they just forget about using the tips after they get a kill or two. Why? It just gets to their head, probably. It's just like, oh yeah, I killed, I'm good right now, I got kills, then I'm cool, right? No, use the tips all the way till the end, and also don't forget to remember the results. So, for example, those are just tips, but when you combine some stuff, when you actually take your own notes, when you actually remember stuff your own. So, for example, oh yeah, I had an encounter with Bloodhound the other day. He got a drop on me. I wonder, what could I do that would prevent that? I don't know, maybe look back a bit more, for example, or look up a bit more because people gliding and killing me from up above. Use that. Practice, remember stuff, write down stuff. It's not very bad to have a piece of paper and a pen and just write down your experience sometimes. Alright, I hope this video helped you guys, and if you do have a skill improvement, a skill spike all of a sudden because you saw those tips, don't forget to say that down in the comment. I would like to know if that actually helped you. I'll see you on the next video, guys. or actually in the stream if you're gonna join. I'm maybe gonna do 2 streams this week instead of 1, on Friday and on Saturday, and I'll see how that works. So I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace, love you. I actually forgot to call you comrades. I'll see you on the next one, comrades. Goodbye.